In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
conference match featuring the Western Oregon Wolves and your Seattle Pacific University Falcons. Please welcome the officials to midfield.
We have some SPU chants and songs.
Now fans, let's meet the teams. Score first for the visiting Western Oregon Wolves. In goal, number 1, Andre Sheapley. Defender number 2, Caleb Tyner. Defender number 4, Ethan Fisher. Midfielder number 6, Yura Ocampo Navarro. Midfielder number 10, Marcus Vasquez. Midfielder number 15, Donovan Kesselmeyer. Defender number 16, Harper Newbeck. Midfielder number 20, Moises Cisneros. Midfielder number 21, Jacob Garcia. Forward number 26, Michael Delano. And midfielder number 35, Diego Andrade. The Wolves are coached by Michael Honig, and the assistant coach is Tim Gigi. And now fans, on your feet, let's meet the starting lineup for your Seattle Pacific University Falcons. Number 35, Gianluca Carnevale. Defender number 2, Evan Ani. Midfielder number 5, Diego Peña Delgado. Midfielder number 7, Joseph Van Horn. Midfielder number 9, Raimundo Mendez. Midfielder number 10, Connor Tolan. Midfielder number 13, Isaac Ketchup. Defender number 14, Jackson Good. Number 16, J.J. Diaz. Defender number 20, Alexander Magana. And defender number 25, Sylvester Viejo. The Falcons are coached by Kevin Sakuda, with assistant coaches Josh Sweat, Jimmy Ward, Eric Skipper, Luke Sandblom, and Shirley Chandler. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Live set for Seattle Pacific University Falcons men's soccer, your Airbase Stadium. Go, Mike!
Good evening. Happy Saturday night to everybody tuning in for this one. Seattle Pacific University men's soccer taking on Western Oregon Wolves. It's going to be a very good match tonight. Western Oregon leading the GNAC standings right now in first place with a 3-0 record. Seattle Pacific University sitting not too far off in fourth with 1 win and 1 draw. Let's get you right away to the starting lineups. For the Falcons first, Evan Ane, Diego Peña Salgado, Joseph Van Horn, Raimundo Mendez, Connor Tolan, Isaac Ketchum, Jackson Good, J.J. Diaz, Alexander Magana, Sylvester Vallejo, and in goal, Pierluca Carnoval. For the Wolves of Western Oregon, 2 changes. Alexis Luna is out, and Marcos Figueroa is also out. Donovan Hesselmeyer and Marcus Vasquez are in. Andre Schleffly is in goal. Caleb Kiner, Ethan Fisher, Harper Newbeck, Moises Cisneros, Jacob Garcia, Michael Devano, and Diego Andrade all in for Western Oregon. And Michael Bahonik's side, Western Oregon in all white, going from right to left. Falcons in all black, going from left to right. Referee today in the center is Chad Stewart. Assistant referees Alejandro Robles and Alejandro Echeverri. And Chad Stewart blows his whistle, and we are underway right here at Interbay Soccer Stadium. Good evening, everybody. I'm Aaron Heinzen. You are watching another GNAC regular season matchup. It's going to be a good one, as I mentioned. Seattle Pacific University coming off a 2-2 draw last week against Western. Goals by Connor Tolan and Ray Mendez. Originally, I said Connor Tolan got the second goal, but it was judged that Mendez did get ahead to that free kick by Tolan, thus putting the Falcons in the lead before Western tied things up. On the other side, Western Oregon coming off a big win on October 10th, 3-0 against Simon Fraser, a team that last season just scraped past them for the GNAC League title. Western Oregon going long here, testing Magana. This one's brought down, but it's going to be an offsides flag on the Wolves. Western Oregon coming within a hair's breadth, as I mentioned, of the league championship last year, which when you finish at the top of the GNAC standings, it's an automatic berth into the NCAA tournament. Ray Mendez is going to switch this all the way over, but Magana couldn't get a hand to it. Excuse me, couldn't get a foot to it. Wouldn't want to get a hand to it. Western Oregon coached by Michael Bahonik. In his second season, incredible. Had the team finish last year 11-3-3. After their first year, they were 2-13-2, and Bahonik took over and has really not looked back. Wolves currently sitting 7-1-1 at the moment on a real hot streak. They have not lost since their first game of the season, the Wolves. At Colorado State Pueblo was a 3-0 loss. That was the first game of the season. Since then, it has been all wins. Just one draw to speak of on September 20th at Colorado Christian. It was a 1-1 draw, as I mentioned. Here's Van Horn for the Falcons. SPU getting some good touches in early. Long ball over the top, looking for Connor Tolan. Going to be a little too far for the GNAC Offensive Player of the Week, Connor Tolan, for his contribution, goal, and assist in that game I mentioned against Western Washington. For Kevin Sakuta's side, assisted by Josh Sweat, Eric Skipper, Jimmy Ward, and Luke Sandblom. As Van Horn is tangled up there, Magana cleans up all the way back to Evan Ane, who is back in the starting 11. He missed out last week in the game against Western, wearing the captain's armband number 2. That right side, Isaac Ketchum on the left. No Carter Gay this time in the back line. Here come the Wolves down the far side. Western Oregon. Last time they were up here, Wolves came away victorious 2-1. That was back on November 9th last season. Goals by Aiden Broadus and Yair Ocampo Navarro is out here in the starting 11 today for the Wolves. Of course, Ray Mendez got in on the scoring in that game as well. He has 4 goals against Western Oregon in his time here with the Falcons, Ray Mendez. had a hat trick in their game down in Monmouth, Oregon. Here come Western Oregon down this left side. Trying to get the cross away, but Magana sees to it, blocked off, and it's a corner here for Western Oregon on the near side. And yeah, Yair Ocampo Navarro is going to take it for Western Oregon. We'll see what they come up with. 6-7 in the box for the Wolves. Yeah, Yair arm raised. Going to whip this one in, headed away by Evan Ane. Yeah, Yair's going to let it go for a throw-in on the near side. Beautiful night here in Seattle, Washington. West side of Seattle. It's a beautiful day as well. Got it high in the 60s, maybe low 70s. It's going to be the same tomorrow before the rains. First big rains of fall come next week. These players will want to soak it up now while they can. That was turned over in the middle from Peña Salgado. Western Oregon have it. On it now is Jacob Garcia. Broken up, though, by SPU. And there's a foul, Chad Stewart says. Maybe a free kick for the Falcons. These two sides last met, as I mentioned, on November 9th. 10 yellow cards in that match. Only seen one real foul so far. Still very early. Ane steps in, picks that one up. Connor Tolan. JJ Diaz. Forced all the way back. Sylvester Vallejo. Going long over the top, but no one is there. It's going to roll all the way to the Wolves keeper, Andre Schleffly. Out of Houston, Texas, Schleffly. Spent 4 years at St. Mary's. That's St. Mary's in Texas. 52 appearances, 154 saves, 21 shutouts for Schleffly. He was a two-time Lone Star Conference Goalkeeper of the Year in 2022 and 23. Also a D2 All-Americans third team in 2022, so impressive stuff from him. Just 8 goals allowed so far for Schleffly and this Wolves back line. Here come the Falcons. SPU have put in some fine performances so far this season. This would probably be the biggest. They come away with the points here today. Jackson Good. Carnevale hunts that one down. Ane inside. Sylvester Vallejo's come from that left back spot all the way into the middle to help out. Peña Salgado into Diaz. Almost gets the combination through. It pops through in the end, though. JJ Diaz. Scott Mendez tries to find him, picked off. Cleaned up, though, by Peña Salgado. Now out to Van Horn. First touch for Van Horn, gets a deflection. And into the hands of Schleffly. Schleffly, not the tallest of keepers, just sitting at 5'11". Don't see that too often anymore, but his stats are impressive. Gets the ball back here. All the way out on the far side. Ray Mendez pressuring. Falcons going with a big press here. Schleffly's just going to go long. Long and high. Headed on by Michael Devano. And it's going to be out. Redshirt freshman Devano from Bremerton, Washington. There are definitely a few Western Oregon fans here in the stands today at Interbay Soccer Stadium. Michael Devano has 3 game winners so far this season. Pretty impressive for a redshirt freshman. Against Jessup, Hawaii Hilo, and Newman University. Jessup and Newman. That was out in Pueblo, Colorado. And they got those results. Again, SPU. breaking things up there from that Wolves attack. Throwing is judged to have been for Western Oregon. Here come the Wolves on the near side. Harper Neubeck. Into the feet of Ocampo Navarro. Takes it off Evanane. Trying to slip it through. It's let go. Silvestre Vallejo does well to recover and into the hands of Pierluca Carnaval. The man who went to high school just up the road. Ballard High School. Played at Willamette University. Evanane in some trouble there. Does well to get rid of it. Finds Isaac Ketchum. Here's Pena Salgado bringing it forward. He's knocked from behind. And it's going to be a foul on Western Oregon. Again, that was the aforementioned Michael Devano. He was originally at UNLV Devano, but has since transferred to Western Oregon. 4 goals. As I mentioned before, 3 of those 4 are game winners. He is 1 for 1 in PKs as well. This one into the box. Ray Mendez running at the back line. That's broken up. Cleared away by the Wolves. Doing well to bring that one down. That's Jacob Garcia. Neubeck making a run. Tracked by Magana. Yair Ocampo Navarro. Neubeck. Down the line for the run. Of Devano. Tackle is Evanane. He's going to stop that one, and it's another corner here for the Wolves. They like this near left side, Western Oregon. The running of Devano and Neubeck. Yair Ocampo Navarro is going to jog over and take this one again for Western Oregon.
Yair Ocampo Navarro.
This one's heading into the far post, punched away by Carnaval. That's going to roll out for another corner on the far side. Jogging over to take this one is number 10, Marcus Vasquez. Goleta, California. This is his 9th appearance and 8th start for Western Oregon Vasquez, the redshirt freshman. He's going to bring in this left-footed in-swinger. Players stacked up top of the box. Going far post. This one's headed back across. Knotted in, and it's in. It's a well-worked set piece. Knocked all the way to the far post. Headed back across goal. And in for Western Oregon Wolves. Just over 10 minutes in on this one, and it's going to be Ethan Fisher credited for the goal. That is Ethan Fisher's first goal ever. Player from Federal Way, Washington. 17 appearances last year with 17 starts. Started and played every game so far for Western Oregon this season as well. That is his first collegiate goal for Ethan Fisher, and the man from Federal Way. How do SPU respond now? Ball out on that far side. Playing it back to the keeper. Swung out here to Neubeck. Harper Neubeck up to Ocampo Navarro. Here come Western Oregon now down this right-hand side. Moving with speed and purpose. This ball is whipped into the far post. Magana was there. Going to put in a little bit of distraction. That's judged to have gone out of play, actually. Jacob Garcia attempting to get in on the end of it for the Wolves. SPU restart. There's Mendez. Good turn from him. Does he keep it in? No, he does not. Judged to have been out of play. Throw in on the far side. So once again, Western Oregon taking the lead like they did last time they were here back on November 9th. That one is going to go all the way over the top. Not long. Magana into the feet of Van Horn. Does well to get around pressure there. Van Horn switches the play to Pena Salgado. Out to Diaz. Diaz gets tangled up a little bit, but ends up with the ball in the end. J.J. Diaz, can he chase it down? Was knocked off. It's well defended by Western Oregon in the end. Diaz almost wriggled his way through. It's Caleb Kiner in the end, knocks it off Diaz. Caleb Kiner spent first 2 years as a redshirt junior. His first 2 years were at Gonzaga. He's from Dallas, Oregon. 2021 at Gonzaga, he was a West Coast Conference all-freshman team. Fairly impressive. Now at Western Oregon. Here he is on the ball now. Back to his goalkeeper. Again, pressure from Mendez. Forces him to go quickly. SPU win it back. Western Oregon in a bit of transition. Van Horn can't slip that one through to Connor Tolan. Ane's going to win the header, brought down by Jackson Good. Vallejo, again, coming into that middle side. Falcons just going with 3 at the back of the moment. Sylvester Vallejo's made a huge run down the middle of the field. J.J. Diaz can't hang on to this one. Ball's all the way back again to Schleffly. Falcons pressing hard. Wolves again going long over the top. This one's going to get, not going to reach its target. Carnevale will clear. Pace has really picked up now. Fisher. Out wide to Jacob Garcia, working on Magana. He's going to go back to Neubeck. Donovan Hesselmeyer wearing the captain's armband, number 15 in the middle for the Wolves. Gets a touch. Here he is again now. Western Oregon's good build-up play from them. Here's Hesselmeyer again. Half hour left to play here at Interbay. Western Oregon leading the Falcons by a 1-0. Courtesy of their center back, Ethan Fisher. On a corner kick hit into the far post, redirected back across goal. Ethan Fisher there with a header. Well-worked set piece by Western Oregon. Here's Ocampo Navarro. Evan Ane is going to get there first. Back to Pierluca Carnevale. Good. Has his pass picked off. In the end, it bounces the way of the Falcons. Connor Tolan into Mendez. Tries to find Van Horn. Neubeck gets in behind him, though, and lets that one trail out. Throw-in on the near side for the Wolves. Schleffly. Under pressure again from Mendez. Doesn't mind working the ball out of the back. Andre Schleffly. Ocampo Navarro. Lots of space in there for Western Oregon. Runners coming through. Gets that pass wrong. Broken up by Ketchum. Tolan immediately under pressure. Neubeck with hands in the back. No call. Wolves coming again. Nice little run there. From number 35, Diego Andrade. From Covington, Washington. Went to Kentwood High School. Winger on that far side. Neubeck. And shoved to the ground is Ocampo Navarro by Jackson Good. Neubeck with the restart. Wolves seemingly in control at the moment, but haven't been able to break down the Falcons' defense. Took a set piece to do it. This one's over the top. As soon as I said that, well recovered by Evan Ane. Out to Viejo. Ketchum. Carnevale. Magana. Back to Ane. Ubeck gets that one wrong. Now Van Horn is in behind. Still plenty of white shirts in front of him. Connor Tolan picks out J.J. Diaz on the far side. Decent ball for him. Viejo making the run. Gets the ball, but it's a little bit short. Diaz gets it back. Driving forward, Diaz looking for Mendez. Tight in there, and Mendez can't wriggle through, and again broken up by the Wolves. Jacob Garcia back to Neubeck. Switch of play by the left back for Western Oregon. Peña Salgado, though, is on it. Now Mendez has won this ball. Can SPU break here? Diaz in for the run of Mendez. Knocked away by Fisher. Not out yet, though. Ketchum in on the header. It's going to fall to him. All the way back to Evan Ane. 25 minutes left in the first half here at Interbay Soccer Stadium. It's a GNAC regular season matchup between Seattle Pacific University and Western Oregon. One of the big tests this season so far for Seattle Pacific. They've had some good moments in this 2024 season. 0-0 draw here against Cal State Los Angeles. A very successful trip out to Colorado in September, mid-September, beating Regis 1-0 and Westminster 3-0. This one is in for Ray Mendez. Ball bouncing around, volley. Did he keep it in? Schleffly did. Falcons testing this back line of Western Oregon in the last few minutes. Campo Navarro, clever flick from him to pick out Neubeck on the near side. Connor Tolan giving chase. This one is flicked on, strikes the hand of Magana, goes out of bounds. Chad Stewart, though, just motions for a throw-in. Harper Neubeck, all the way back to the goal scorer, Ethan Fisher. Picks out Ocampo Navarro. He'll switch the play again. That was Moises Cisneros, the right back, now trying to get through is Cisneros. No, excuse me, that's Stefano. Broken up again by the Falcons, Peña Salgado. Switch of play out to Van Horn. Over the top for Connor Tolan. Tries to squeeze that one through, but doesn't get it past Hesselmeyer. Wolves have it again. Donovan Hesselmeyer. Pass is broken up. Viejo trying to squeeze it through. He'll go quickly. Diaz trying to get it on to Ray Mendez. Ray Mendez looking to get into the box. Clattered over just right on the line. Just outside of the box. We're going to have our first yellow card of the match. And looks like that one is going to be directed straight at Caleb Kiner. So the center back's going to go in the books with just a little over 22 minutes left in this first half. Caleb Kiner. And a free kick opportunity here for the Falcons. Standing over this are Connor Tolan, Sylvester Viejo.
Number 2, Caleb Kiner.
5-man wall here for Western Oregon. Just outside the 18, gonna have to get it up and over. Connor Tolan, great effort. Nearly thought that went in, but excellent reaction from Schleffly. Huge save from the man from Houston, Texas, but what a shot that was by Connor Tolan as well. That is not easy, getting that up and over the wall and on target, and he did just that, but great reaction by Schleffly. First real big save from him so far tonight. Cleared away by Western Oregon. Falcons responding well to this one. Ketchum getting a foot in on that. Doesn't get it past Fisher. Falcons doing well to break up the attack from Western Oregon. Now Connor Tolan. Is he going to get to this one first? Fisher does. And this time it's gone off of Tolan. Thought it was a corner kick. In the end, though, assistant referee points to a goal kick for Western Oregon. That was interesting. Fisher tried to clear that one out quickly, went off the side of Van Horn, and fortunate enough for Western Oregon, straight back into the hands of Schleffly. Falcons recognizing Western Oregon love to play out of the back, trying to press and make the most of it. Ocampo Navarro facing his own goal all the way back to Ethan Fisher. He's just going to go long this time. Emanane will eat that up. Jackson Good can't control it. Hesselmeyer picks it up and switches it to his right back, who's going to run again. Moises Cisneros, senior out of Bakersfield, California. Western Oregon still working on it on that far side. It's broken up, cleared away. Now to the halfway line again. Hesselmeyer can't keep it in. Throw in for the Falcons, taken quickly. Mendez. Mentioned before, Ray Mendez has 4 goals against Western Oregon. Had a hat trick last year in Monmouth on November 4th. They essentially played these games back to back. They played in November 4th down at Western Oregon, and then 5 days later up here at Interbay Soccer Stadium. Ray Mendez had 2 goals in the 6th and then the 17th minute before he made his hat trick in the 43rd. So it hadn't even been halftime before he had 3 goals already, but 2 responses in that game from Jacob Garcia, 1 in the first half, 1 in the second, and then a third from Andres Labat, who is no longer with Western Oregon. Garcia got the assist on that too as well, I should note. So 2 goals and assists for Jacob Garcia, his number 21 out there today. Here's Hesselmeyer. Again, Hesselmeyer twisting and turning. Western Oregon forced back. Falcons stepping up and again pressing. All the way back to Schleffly. Ubeck, good touch from him. Straight into the feet of Marcus Vasquez. Haven't said his name too much. Cross in from Garcia is broken up by Ketchum. Connor Tolan. Great ball by Ketchum to pick out Van Horn in space here. Van Horn's a good switch out to J.J. Diaz. Falcons moving from right to left. J.J. Diaz! That one was way off. Schleffly was never near, but looks like he hit it well, just couldn't get it on target. Nice attack there from the Falcons. Certainly giving the Wolves something to think about. 20 minutes left here. Ball from Schleffly is caught a little bit by Connor Tolan, but in the end slips through. Harper Neubeck. Back to Ethan Fisher. Western Oregon playing very open. 25, 30-yard passes, trying to open things up. Emanane, does he get there? He does for the moment. Garcia, Ketchum comes over and cleans up. Aside from the set piece goal for Western Oregon, both those center backs have been very solid so far tonight. Pagana. Not the greatest throw, straight to Ocampo Navarro. Fisher. This ball is cut out by Viejo, but the pass from him straight to Hesselmeyer. Now a break here for Ocampo Navarro. Getting it out on his right foot. Ocampo Navarro put that one straight into the back of Isaac Ketchum, and he knows that was a huge opportunity. Top of the box, good clean look at goal, but well blocked by Isaac Ketchum, and it's another corner here for Western Oregon. This is where the Wolves scored from last time. It was a runner at the far post. Wolves stacking up again like they have before. Ethan Fisher right on the goal line. See what Western Oregon come up with. This is again taken by Marcus Vasquez. This time the Falcons see it away. Ball being knocked around at the moment. And finally out of bounds on that far side. Viejo again takes it quickly. Back to Schleffly. Schleffly going long, looking for Jacob Garcia. Nearly brings it down, broken up by Magana, and in the end, Garcia's offsides. SPU go quick again. And looking to pick up the pace here. Van Horn gets sandwiched, loses possession. Fisher. Nice little pass. Out wide right. Cisneros selects to go backwards. Now to Neubeck. Van Horn again will give chase. Fisher again back outside to Cisneros. Cisneros has to be careful here. Ends up hanging on to his. Peña Salgado was lurking for the Falcons. Back to Schleffly under pressure for the millionth time from Van Horn. Connor Tolan, though, steps in, takes it off the feet of Garcia. Again, it's good pressure high up from SPU. Over the top, looking for Ray Mendez. Takes it off the chest. Mendez trying to chip. Gets a second chance. Headed off the line by Western Oregon. It was really well tracked back, and what a chance again for SPU. It's a beautiful ball over the top. They're not done yet. Magana. De Vallejo. Into the feet of Mendez. Gets a flick to it. Headed away only partially by Ethan Fisher. Ball still bouncing around. Hesselmeyer will clear it away for good this time. Ketchum taking it off the chest. He's going to have to track this one down. He does get to it all the way back to Carnevale. He's going to be under some pressure. Oh, in the end, number 26, Michael Devano, chooses to drop off. What a chance that was for the Falcons with about 15 minutes to go. Ray Mendez, exactly the man you want on that ball at that spot at that time, and it's a sloppy pass from Ketchum. Viejo has to get to it, can't do it. Picked up again by Andrade. Still got it. Top of the box for Ocampo Navarro. Garcia swinging it back across, cleared away by Evan Ane. SPU have to be so careful with those passes. Nearly put themselves in a bad way, but recovered enough. As I was mentioning, Ray Mendez brought that one off his chest, took a second chance, got it over the top, over Schleffly. That was headed away, though. This one is still not done for the Falcons. Now finally cleared. Peña Salgado to J.J. Diaz. I want to say that was Kiner that cleared it off the line. Happened so quickly. I think that's exactly who it was, though, number 2. Caleb Kiner. Off the goal line clearance. And a big one for what would have been the Falcon equalizer. Ketchum stepping in strong. Ends up winning the ball. Really well done for the center back. Back heel. Ketchum continuing his run. J.J. Diaz on his right foot. Out wide to Van Horn. Connor Tolan making a run. Van Horn tries to get the cutback. Neubeck gets a touch. Not over yet, though. Van Horn trying to squeeze it through. Ball bouncing around in there. Ketchum to Peña Salgado. Viejo. Jackson Good. It's been an excellent first half here at Interbay Soccer Stadium. End-to-end stuff. Good chances. Great play from both sides so far. J.J. Diaz squeezing through. Still going Diaz. Great tackle by Kiner. Western Oregon have it and going the other way. Down to the feet of Vasquez. Ocampo Navarro turning away from Tolan. Still twisting and turning. Finally slowing things down out to Neubeck. Harper Neubeck. To Ethan Fisher. Garcia. Campo Navarro on this near side. Cuts back to his right foot. Goes down. No call, though, from referee Chad Stewart. Campo Navarro slow to get up. The Wolves will keep it. Harper Neubeck. Vasquez. And Neubeck trying to put this one through to Ocampo Navarro. He's not making the run, though. It's a goal kick here for the Falcons. And 4 changes coming in for Kevin Sakuta's side. J.J. Diaz is going to get a rest, as is Jackson Good, Connor Tolan, and Joseph Van Horn. And they're going to be replaced by number 22, Christopher Soto. And number 26, Christian Chelara. And it looks like number 17, Judah Johnston, now on the left side. Soto is going to be on the right. And finally, Lucas Schreiner, number 31 there in the midfield, is going to come in for Jackson Good. So fresh legs now in for SPU, with 11 minutes to play here in the first half. Soto going to pick this one up for the Falcons again. Good pressure from SPU over the top. Lara running onto it. Gets his right foot cross, and the cross is all wrong in behind the goal. Good effort from the freshman. Number 26 out of Bellevue, Washington. Again, Schleffly living dangerously. This time it was Judah Johnston. Van Horn did his running. Now it's Johnston's turn. Falcons willing to press. Again, Lara does well. Takes that one off Ocampo Navarro. Back to Ketchum. No changes so far for Western Oregon. And Michael Bahonik. In the last game, they used 13 substitutions. They certainly have the lineup to do it. Plenty of depth out there for the Wolves, but no changes yet so far as to speak of. Just one yellow card to Caleb Kiner. Here's Schreiner. Picks out Pena Salgado, who's going to go for it on the right foot, straight to the hands of Schleffly. Well, ever since they've conceded, the Falcons, for the most part, have been on the front foot here in the first half. After that goal off of a set piece. In about the 12th minute. Ever since then, Falcons have been putting the press on. Here is Mendez out wide to Judah Johnston. Johnston on the left foot, deflected out, and that is going to be a corner kick here for the Falcons. 3 substitutions preparing now for Western Oregon. Probably will not get them in during this corner kick. Pena Salgado is going to jog over on the far side to take this one for SPU.
Corner kick going up for Seattle Civic, number 5, Diego Pena Salgado.
Everyone for the Falcons gathering at about the penalty spot. 5 players there. Evan Ane in on the goal line. This was whipped in. Straight to the hand. Schleffly, though, can't keep it down. Bobbling around. It just bounces over the crossbar. That effort from Judah Johnston. Tried to keep that one low, but bounced up. And just at that perfect moment, slips over the top of the crossbar. Another good chance, though, for SPU here. There's 3 changes coming on now for Western Oregon. Jacob Garcia is going to come off, as is Marcus Vasquez. And number 35, Diego Andrade, also going to take a rest. They're going to be replaced by number 32, Alejandro Velasco. Another Washingtonian out of Maple Valley, Washington. The foul is called there. Just as Velasco was about to get that touch.
Substitutions for Western Oregon in minute number
Also out there now our number 18, Alexis Luna. He was in the starting 11 their previous game on Thursday. Got a little bit of a rest here in the first half and now back in. As well as number 11, Abraham Villalobos. Villalobos from Salem, Oregon, member of the Portland Timbers Academy. His 8 appearances, 2 starts, and 3 goals for the junior from Salem, Oregon. Has equaled his 2022 performance. Now here is Lara for the Falcons. A shot by Ray Mendez. Good effort from him just outside the 18. It's one of the best things about Ray Mendez. He doesn't need much space at all. Barely has a windup for a shot and just unleashes a bullet. And again, Schleffly in the right place to make the save. Schreiner. All the way back to Ane, who's under some pressure by Devano. Michael Devano, certainly a player capable of causing problems. As I mentioned before, 3-game winners. Another player out of Bremerton, Washington. Peña Salgado, he's had a good first half. Can't hang on to that one. Luna comes away with it. Ocampo Navarro driving forward from left to right into the inside. Again, Peña Salgado thought he was going to get the tackle in. Campo Navarro trying to slip that one through. Motions for offsides. Magana, Pierluca Carnaval is there, and the follow-up goal has been put in. And just like that, Western Oregon have responded. And really against the run of play, and it's the substitute, number 11, Abraham Villalobos. The man I just introduced from Salem, Oregon, as a member of the Portland Timbers Academy. Gets his 4th goal of the season. Didn't have to work too hard for it. Excellent ball in by Ocampo Navarro. Great save by Pierluca Carnevale, but the follow-up straight in to the path of Villalobos. And he puts that one away to give Western Oregon a 2-goal lead. Well, SPU will feel a little bit hard done by. Done all this great work, and just that one moment, Western Oregon able to slip something through. It's an excellent ball. Picked out to Alejandro Velasco, I believe that was in on the play. Or that was a great save by Pierluca de Carnaval. A follow-up by Villalobos. Western Oregon just a little bit more aware on that one. Now have a 2-goal lead here in the first half. Substitution following that goal by SPU. Coming in as number 27, Nick Ramoso, in at right back. For number 20, Alexander Magana. Ramoso out of Mill Creek, Washington. Mendez now giving chase to this. Schleffly. Again, the press, though, it's been positive for the Falcons so far in this first half. Joe Lara does really well to get out of that. Mendez. Back to Lara. Hasselmeyer breaks it up. Campo Navarro goes down. It's a fair challenge. Referee says no. Chad Stewart, free kick here for Western Oregon. Just under 4 minutes left to play here in the first half. Villalobos to Cisneros. This one's knocked away by Judah Johnston. SPU again, come away with it. Johnston. Schreiner. Western Oregon pressing now at the moment. Hermoso. Lara does well to get out of that. Back to Evan Ane. Carnaval. Peter Johnston back to Viejo, and it's judged to have been a handball on that play. So free kick here for the Wolves. Schleffly. Still feeling really confident playing out of his box. Bohonic was a goalkeeper in his day, played at an American university before going in the 2003 MLS Super Draft as a goalkeeper. Played at DC United, as well as New York Red Bulls, in the USL with the Puerto Rico Islanders and Charleston Battery. Certainly a great amount of playing experience. Has also got some caps for the Puerto Rican national team. Michael Bohonic. He's assisted by Tim Kagi. Haven't mentioned him yet tonight, so those two working together, and they'll be pleased with what they've seen so far, but the pressure from the Falcons has been decent. And other than the 2-goal moments, I think Kevin Sakuta's side has to be pleased with what they've seen so far, but here is Western Oregon again. This one whipped across, cleared away. Schreiner's there to pick it up. Viejo on that back post. Falcons have had a chance cleared off the line. So it hasn't been without moments here for SPU. Campo Navarro, that one's going to be knocked out by Lara. Thrown on the near side. Final minute of the first half approaching. Western Oregon looking to keep their regular season perfect. Lara wins this one. Mendez crashes into Hesselmeyer. Play on, says Chad Stewart. Soto. Inside. Great touch from Schreiner to put in Mendez. Tackle in there from Villalobos. On to Mendez. Does well to spin away from Villalobos. That one is deflected. It's going to go out. Can SPU manufacture something here at the very end? Quickly taken by Pena Salgado. Pena Salgado again. Driving forward. Still going. That one squeezes through, but not enough. Devano, well taken by Evan Ane. Evan Ane is going to go big on this one, and the ball just hits the back of the net. That is the ball net against the fence, way over the top of the crossbar, and that will do it here in the first half. Well, it's been an interesting one, that's for sure. Western Oregon lead 2-0. SPU, though, not without a lot of chances. Been back and forth all game in the first half. Lots of energy, really good passing, really good movement. Hope for more chances like that in the second. Currently right now at Interbay Soccer Stadium, SPU 0, Western Oregon 2. We'll see you right here for the second half.
SPU.
Welcome back to the second half of your Seattle Pacific University Falcons.
Welcome back in. Interbay Soccer Stadium, about a minute to go here before the second half. Both teams back out on the field warming up. Referees, a little bit of a conference in the middle. Get you caught up on the stats here from the first half. Shots. Western Oregon Wolves 4, SPU 10. Gives you an idea of the pressure the Falcons put on that back line of Western Oregon. Corner kicks, though, in favor of the Wolves. That's 4-1. Saves, 5 credited to Sheffley for Western Oregon. Just 1 for Carnevale. But in the end, it's the scoreline that matters. Western Oregon 2, SPU 0 at the moment. Falcons do have an entire second half, though, to get things going. And if it's anything like they did in the first half, you think they will create some chances and find some opportunities. For Western Oregon, it's a matter of continuing to frustrate these Falcons in front of goal, and catching there and taking their opportunities when they can to keep their season perfect. They are 3-0 at the moment. Scores from around the league. Simon Fraser kind of got their regular season going with their first win, 2-0 over Northwest Nazarene tonight. That does help the Falcons. Northwest Nazarene were sitting in third place. They could have put a gap between them and SPU, but instead they will remain just ahead. 2 wins and 1 draw, or 1 loss, excuse me. SPU sitting just behind them with 1 win and 1 draw in fourth place. Montana State Billings did not play this weekend, so they are sitting in second place at 2-1. As I mentioned, Western Oregon 3-0, sitting at the top of the GNAC standings. Now we are underway here. Second half at Interbay Soccer Stadium. SPU wasted no time whatsoever. Long ball over the top onto that far side. And out for a throw. It's as you were as we start the second half, at least as far as the Falcons are concerned. Van Horn is back in. Judah Johnston is taking a break. Diaz out on the left. Only change, though, is Lucas Schreiner has stayed in the midfield. Jackson Good has returned. But at the moment, it is going to be Diego Pena Salgado who is the one getting a rest. That's going to be flicked on. Giving chase here is Ane. He's going to get to it first. Does well to power off Michael Devano. Kevin Sakuta's side's got to be pleased how they performed in that first half. Vallejo going long again. Direct route here from the Falcons. Mendez giving chase. Broken up. Ocampo Navarro. Hesselmeyer. He was solid in the first half, just sitting in the middle. Michael Hesselmeyer. Number 15. Captain. Devano gives that one back to Jackson Good. Schreiner. Muscled off the ball and away. Ocampo Navarro now can break for Western Oregon. 4-on-4 if Good and Schreiner can catch up. They do. Now 4-on-6, and still they manage to get that one through. It's a great run from Devano. Good recovery by Ane, and a first corner of the second half goes to Western Oregon, and Ane stays down and looks uncomfortable. Referee is going to stop the time. As Ane is still down, and now he's doesn't look too happy about this one. Had to make that recovery run to cover Michael Devano, and in his attempt to tackle it, seems to come up a bit awkward. Shirley Chandler, the trainer for the Falcons, is out now, helping Ane out. Ane was very solid in the first half. I mean, just if you take away those two moments and really the set piece in the very first part of the game, in the 12th minute when Western Oregon scored, you think he would be all over that one. But other than that, he's been pretty impressive. But he looks to be in some pain at the moment. Again, it was a transition phase where the Falcons able to get enough players behind, but it was the change and run from Devano into space, and Evan Ane just able to recover at the last second as Devano was reaching it, got his tackle in, and just seemed to come up in a bit of pain. Did not stand up after he made that challenge. Now he's going to be helped to his feet by Shirley Chandler. Now it's good to see Ane at least back to his feet. We'll see what the Falcons decide to do. They are going to make their change now as Ane is going to hobble off at the moment. Big number 2, graduate student. First team GNAC player last year, Evan Ane. Now going to be replaced by Pena Salgado. So he's going to come in. Jackson Good is going to drop back, at least for the moment.
Corner kick coming up for Western Oregon.
And always a difficult situation now. See if Ane is able to go. But we have a corner kick here for Western Oregon.
Corner kick coming up. Again,
Ocampo Navarro is going to whip that one in. Knocked away by Jackson Good and back out for a second corner of the half for the Wolves in the same spot as you were.
Another corner kick for number 6, Ocampo Navarro.
Outswinger again by Ocampo Navarro. Hesselmeyer was there, didn't get his shot right now. It's cleared away by SPU. Diaz giving chase. That's Nick Ramoso. He's now at right back as Vallejo. Well, he was the right back, I should say, at the end of the first half. Remains in. Ketchum gets that clearance wrong. Ramoso's going to have to chase that one down. Isn't going to get there. It's going to be a throw-in for Western Oregon. It looks nearly the same team that Western Oregon had out there when they came off. There's Villalobos. He got the second one for the Wolves. Ocampo Navarro has switched over on this right near side, and there's going to be an offsides flag. That one was touched. By number 18, Alexis Luna, one of the substitutions in the first half. So it is still Luna in there with Villalobos on the right. And number 32, Alejandro Velasco on the left. Now they're chasing. Carnevale's got work to do into Peña Salgado. He does well to calmly turn and play out of that. Lucas Schreiner. Mendez. Heavy touch, though. Villalobos is going to step in and break it up. Ocampo Navarro. Luna can't control it. Connor Tolan. Diaz. Diaz does well there to get around the defender. Still going Diaz. Cisneros. Schreiner. Back to Diaz. Is stepping in is Kiner, excuse me. Throwing there for the Falcons. Great work here on the near side by SPU. Viejo. And first corner here for the Falcons. That one's going to bang off of the leg of Moises Cisneros, excuse me. Originally started his college career at Taft College from Bakersfield, California. Let's see what the Falcons can do with this corner. As I mentioned before, just one corner in the first half. Now this one into the far post, rising up to it. I think that was Lucas Schreiner. It was. And he has a second one here for the Falcons, and jogging over to take this one with the left foot is Silvestre Vallejo.
Taking the corner kick for Seattle City, number 25, Sylvester
Vallejo has one assist so far. Man from Sultan, Washington. The sophomore. He's going to whip this one in again. Far post. Ball nodded up into the air. Back in by Tolan's a decent one. Banging around. What an effort there by Good. Now full volley, and it is Lucas Schreiner, but over the top of the goal. Western Oregon again getting a foot in on just about everything, but Falcons applying that pressure. Wolves again go short. Diaz. Forcing that ball from Kiner. They'll go long down the line. It's a decent one, but off the back of Villalobos just as he turned. Throw in here for SPU. Should mention that Alejandro Velasco was credited with that assist on that goal by Abraham Villalobos. And Jacob Garcia, who's not in at the moment, and Marcus Vasquez were the ones credited for Ethan Fisher's opening goal in the 12th minute. Garcia was the one that headed it back across. Marcus Vasquez took the original corner. That is the difference at the moment here at Interbay Soccer Stadium. Villalobos with space, driving to Isaac Ketchum, recovering as Diaz. He's done really well as Vallejo was playing higher up. He tracks back. Schreiner into Connor Tolan. Tolan out to Van Horn. Van Horn down the line for Tolan. A lot of white shirts surrounding Connor Tolan. Hermoso all the way back to Ketchum, who's under a bit of pressure here. Ketchum will just break away from Devano. Tireless runner, Michael Devano. Jackson Good As I mentioned, it's gone from that center midfield to center back. Lovely little ball looking for Ray Mendez. He's going to get inside of Fisher. Mendez. It's always a difficult angle. He couldn't put that one on frame. Good ball, though. Good look by Jackson Good to pick out his captain up top. The man from Yakima, Washington. And currently the team's individual stat leader, 5 goals, 3 assists in 8 appearances. SPU have won this ball again. Let's see what they can do with some of these opportunities they're getting. To the top, Schreiner. And he's just going to smash that one into the trees, not even on target. Those are the moments, though, for the Falcons. They could take advantage of one of those. This is going to be a completely different half. Western Oregon, again, under a bit of pressure here from SPU. Schleffly again goes short. Fisher. Lovely little chip out to Villalobos. Ball's knocked away by Schreiner. It is going to be a throw-in for Western Oregon. Nearly under 10 minutes gone. In this second half. Luna. It's an excellent ball into space. Ramoso does well to recover there. Campo Navarro was closing down. Now he's gotten a piece of it, though. Ramoso's clearance isn't the best one, broken up, but Goods got it back. Now they've turned it over again. Western Oregon have it. Luna. Schreiner gets a foot in. Peña Salgado's in there. Ends up at the feet, though, of Hesselmeyer. Out to Villalobos. Villalobos going straight at Vallejo. Gets his cross in. It's an effort, but straight at Carnevale. Well worked there by Western Oregon. Again, Devano, you can see why he's got 3 game winners to his name so far this season. 4 goals, 3 of them game winners. Carnevale. Well-timed run from Michael Devano. Put it on frame, but not enough power to beat Carnevale as Ketchum has it caught under his feet. Ketchum is being tugged on by Devano. Free kick for the Falcons. They'll go quickly. Jackson Good. Peña Salgado. Ramoso. So far this season, as Van Horn goes down, it's going to be a quick throw again. Van Horn's back up to his feet now. Connor Tolan trying to find the feet of Nick Ramoso. Just a little bit behind him. This ball's played all the way back to Schleffly. Schleffly again on his feet. He is very confident playing with that ball at his feet. Picks out Hesselmeyer at the top of the 18. Peña Salgado. Advantage being played by Chad Stewart. Now he's going to call for a foul on the first yellow card going to an SPU player. And it's going to be Nick Ramoso. With 33 left on the clock, Nick Ramoso. All right, back right now for the Falcons goes into the books. We're back underway. Fisher, another one of those long switch of plays balls, but Schreiner does well to get to it and knock it away. And so far this season, SPU have not trailed the beginning of a match anyways by 2 goals. At the moment, the response has been positive, but they need to get something here soon to have a chance to get back into this one. For Western Oregon, as I mentioned, September 5th against Colorado State Pueblo. They lost that game 3-0. On September 12th, they ended up beating Azusa Pacific by a score of 3-2. That was back and forth until they got the winner in the 73rd minute. That one included 3 penalty kicks in the second half, both of them taken by Yair Ocampo Navarro, first in the 60th and then again in the 73rd after Azusa Pacific had taken one. But they have also not given up a lead whatsoever this season. They had a 2-goal lead against Newman University, as here is Villalobos on this right-hand side. He's got runner on the far post. He's missed him completely, though. Too much on the pass on that one. Devano was making a run at the far post, and Villalobos too much on the pass and out for an SPU goal kick. Again, good transition play there by Western Oregon. And substitutions coming on now from Michael Bohanic. Coming off is Alejandro Velasco. And Michael Devano, that's going to be it for him, at least for the moment. He's going to be replaced by number 17, Alex Grignon of Bend, Oregon. Grignon. This is his 9th appearance. He's got 1 goal, 1 assist, and 1 yellow card. The 1-1-1 man. Grignon's going to get a run at the top here for Western Oregon. And Jacob Garcia is back in at number 21, now on the ball at the moment for Western Oregon on that left-hand side. Long ball again from Western Oregon. Slips through. Viejo over the top for the run of Diaz. Brings it down, J.J. Diaz. Trying to get around Cisneros, who does really well to break that up. Here come Western Oregon. End-to-end stuff here. Isaac Ketchum reads that well. Finds his left back, Peña Salgado. Great turn from him in the middle. Diego Peña Salgado. Does he have enough on it to Van Horn? He does. Van Horn, a little bit of a pop-up miss pass, but falls to Mendez. Van Horn still going. Broken up, though, by Villalobos. Long ball looking for Van Horn. Too far. Thrown on the far side. Nick Ramoso to take it for SPU. Trailing by 2 goals here at Interbay Soccer Stadium. Half hour to play. The Falcons again on the front foot. They'll certainly know the counterattack is the big danger here from Western Oregon. But you can't deny the positivity at the moment from the Falcons. Connor Tolan does well to leave that one. Here is Schreiner driving in. Lucas Schreiner keeps that one. Back to J.J. Diaz. Is it too much on it? There is, and Diaz can't keep it in. It's going to be a goal kick. SPU looking positive. Just maybe the final ball letting them down a little bit. Western Oregon looking to make another change here momentarily. There is one player looking to check in. Fisher will go long with this one. Easily picked up by Vallejo, but his header goes straight to Hesselmeyer. Jacob Garcia does well to get out of that pressure. Peña Salgado again. Every time he's been on the ball, it's been very solid tonight. Mendez sets it to Schreiner. Diaz out in space. Cisneros out there. Diaz still going forward. J.J. Diaz. Can he get it away? He doesn't have any help here. He's going to go all the way back to Isaac Ketchum. Ramoso thinks about the long pass. Instead chooses it on the far side to Van Horn. Van Horn caught on the play, but Peña Salgado cleans it up. Now to Ramoso. Into the run of Tolan. Tolan trying to get that one away. It's blocked off. Stays inside the facility boundaries. Hermoso will get it back to throw. You just think at any point in time a goal can turn the tides completely. Really, for either side. Western Oregon gets one, you think this is pretty much done, but if SPU do, it is game on here at Interbay Soccer Stadium. Lucas Schreiner, Villalobos out pressuring him right away. Back to Jackson Good. Lots of space for the now center back. Who was in the midfield until Evan Ane went off injured early on in the second half. Ane now is out. Vallejo to Tolan. Falcons looking for a crack anywhere here. They may have found one. Tolan is going to hold it up. Back to the left foot. Gets the crossway across the goal. Fisher gets a foot to it. Does really well facing his own goal. They're going to clear it away. Grignon can't hang on to it. Throwing again for the Falcons. In for Mendez. Poked away momentarily. Here's J.J. Diaz. He's going to play that one off the shins of Cisneros, who now has gone down in pain. Referee's going to stop the time. Now SPU will go in for a corner kick when Cisneros. It looks like it's a bit of cramp. At least that's we can tell from Caleb Kiner, who's trying to stretch him out. Substitution waiting here for the Wolves. We'll see if that will change things here. For Michael Bohanic. Cisneros is still down. Referee Chad Stewart over there checking in on him. Cisneros is up to his feet. And yeah, Chad Stewart's motioning that it is going to be a change as Cisneros is going to hobble off, and now another substitution will come across here for Western Oregon. So both sides now, due to injury, forced in to make some changes here in the second half. Cisneros is originally was going to try and walk off the field. Now he's going to go off the other side. Shirley Chandler jogging over to see what she can do. Now Western Oregon will make their substitutions. And coming on at least to see this corner for the first time in the game, it's Javier Blas Casares, the sophomore from Aloha, Oregon. This is his 5th appearance of the season. Ball's taken in. It's knocked away. Follow-up by Ray Mendez. Took a deflection, and again, it's another corner for SPU. SPU wasted no time as soon as Western Oregon had made their substitution. So this will be interesting. Javier Blas Casares, as I mentioned, just 5th appearance. Just one start so far this season. That one is whipped in again there by Connor Tolan over everybody. Flicked away by Western Oregon. It's going to be an SPU throw on that far side. Schreiner. Ketchum. On that far post, a good ball to find Van Horn. Puts that one back in for Pena Salgado. Ball bouncing around in there. Schreiner ends up with it. Ketchum. Grignon does well to defend against Ketchum, and Ketchum's going to be called for the foul. Just had it caught under his feet. Grignon with the pressure. Nearly comes away with it. Forcing Ketchum in to make that foul. Change still waiting there for Western Oregon. Now it's going to happen. And coming off, it's going to be number 18, Alexis Luna. At least I think he was going to come off. Nope. Chad Stewart says we play on, so Luna will have to wait. Western Oregon will have to wait. And the substitution coming on it's going to be Marcos Figueroa. Schleffley. Not sure that's what he planned. Hesselmeyer ends up with it at his feet. As well to hold off Pena Salgado. Fisher over the top. Nick Ramoso gets a hand to it. Flicked on by Pena Salgado. A foot to it, excuse me. Schreiner into the run of Tollin. Mendez waiting in the middle. Ball all the way across, and Mendez does get a foot to it, but it is just wide. Couldn't quite get enough. I think he got just the very end of his boot to it. Couldn't put that one on frame, and now the Western Oregon substitution will happen. Alexis Luna coming on for the first time in this game. Marcos Figueroa, the junior, out of SeaTac, Washington, went to O'Day High School. So you can hear the giant scream. People in the crowd, they've been waiting for this to happen. This is his 9th appearance on the season. Figueroa actually, incidentally, came away with 1 red card so far. That's probably why he missed some time. But clearly a popular figure here at Interbay tonight, with certainly some home crowd fans. Ocampo Navarro coming the other way, broken up by Ramoso. It's going to go out in a corner for Western Oregon. 23 minutes left in this one for the Falcons to get something on the board. Ocampo Navarro's just going to walk over, take his time with this one. Going back to that chance moments ago, though, Ray Mendez, that ball just whipped across by Connor Tollin. Those two starting to form a really nice connection, as it was Tollin that had a goal and an assist last week against Western. Mendez had the same provider and score. Ocampo Navarro, this one setting it top of the box, taken by Neubeck. Blocked away by SPU to the feet of Villalobos. He's going to go all the way back, and that's a foul there called by Lucas Schreiner. Didn't need to do it as well as Villalobos was going all the way back. Chad Stewart's now going to stop time and show Lucas Schreiner a card. So second Falcon going into the books here. Yellow card for Schreiner. With 22 to go here in the second half. Ocampo Navarro on the ball to take this one for the Wolves. 5 waiting in the box. A decent ball. Mendez, though, goes in, heads that one away. Good flick there from J.J. Diaz to pick out Connor Tollin. Falcons coming back. Here's Connor Tollin again. Mendez racing forward. Does well to pick out Nick Ramoso. Pena Salgado has that one knocked away at the last minute. Figueroa's going to come up with it in the midfield. Kiner going long. Entered one well by Isaac Ketchum, and he's going to be called for a foul there. Figueroa feeling that on the back of his head. Ketchum does well, though, to go up and win that. Falcons readying another substitution here with about 20 to play. Blas Casares all the way back to Kiner. Heavy touch, though, from Blas Casares, and he's lost out. He's won it back, though. Ketchum does really well to glide around that. J.J. Diaz back to Isaac Ketchum, trying to get away with the back heel. Good. Connor Tollin out immediately as pressure from Ocampo Navarro. Tollin back the same direction, broken up by Western Oregon. Can they break now? Hesselmeyer trying to get around. Mendez sliding challenge from Isaac Ketchum. Saves his back line for some serious running. Villalobos had made a nice little move down the right-hand side. Schreiner loses out. Now his challenge on Ocampo Navarro has caused another foul. He'll have to be careful, Lucas Schreiner. Just picked up a yellow card a few minutes ago. SPU still waiting to make a change. Western Oregon now are going to do the same. Chad Stewart's going to stop time momentarily. And we're back underway. Fisher. Van Horn giving chase. Schleffly's not going to mess around this time. Goes long with it. Catch him. Jackson Good doesn't seem to be able to find any options. And now another change here. Lara's going to come on this right side. And coming off is Lucas Schreiner. Van Horn is going to come off as well. And into the game for the first time is Evan Huber. Portland, Oregon, went to Lake Oswego High School as J.J. Diaz is fouled, so Huber, number 14, up top. And a good free kick opportunity here for the Falcons. Connor Tolan, a lone SPU player, standing over the top of this one. 2 in the wall for Western Oregon. Everybody stacked at the top of the 18-yard box of the far post. Tolan bending this one in. Saw them score a one just like this against Western. Western Oregon haven't cleared. Viejo back inside. Getting a foot to it was Kiner. Ball still bouncing around. Ketchum's in there. Mendez to the feet of Good. Still bouncing around. Kiner clears it. Pena Salgado picks it up for the Falcons. Nick Ramoso. Back in for SPU. Mendez gets ahead to it. It's looping and high. A little bit awkward, but easily handled nonetheless by Schleffly. Viejo going to come away with this one, but his pass is all wrong. Figueroa tries to go over the top for Villalobos. Tolan in for Lara. Viejo. Mendez turns out of pressure all the way over. Is it going to be too far? It is. It's too much. Not a bad look, though, from Mendez, but too much on that pass to Brady Fendrich, redshirt junior, who's subbed in on that right side. That was in for Van Horn moments ago. Huber well won on the header. Brady Fendrich, currently just 1 appearance and 1 goal. That was against St. Martin's a week or so ago. Getting a few minutes, though, number 23 up top for the Falcons. Viejo does well to get around, but his pass is to no one at all. Now Viejo's gone down. Looks like he felt something in his calf. He's back onto the field at the moment. Hands on his knees. Appears to be favoring his calf. He's going to continue momentarily. Western Oregon switching the play again. Ocampo Navarro on the ball. It's tackled away. Sylvester Viejo seems to be okay now. He's jogging it off, or trying to anyways. Not sure Kevin Sakuda and the coaching staff are convinced. Jesse Thrall is up on his feet at the moment. The outside back preparing to come on. Time ticking down. And another free kick here for Western Oregon. Hubert's making that run. Ketchum is there. Diaz. Diaz does well to turn out of pressure. Lara to Tolan. Diaz still into Lara, whose flick finds Connor Tolan. Tolan trying to get out of it. Cannot, though. Villalobos does well to come away with it. Figueroa is in on that one, too. Hubert. Western Oregon have it back. Well, after sustaining heavy pressure at the beginning of the second half, Western Oregon have done well to keep SPU at bay in the last 10 minutes or so. As changes again coming, Sylvester Viejo is going to come off. Jesse Thrall is going to come on. Nick Ramoso is going to come out to left back, and Jesse Thrall in for the Falcons, number 24 at right back. And 2 changes as well for Western Oregon. Coming off is Jacob Garcia. And Villalobos as well has come off back on the field for the Wolves. Going to be number 35, Diego Andrade, who started the game. He is back on this right-hand side. As well as number 10, Marcus Vasquez, the redshirt freshman. What can SPU do? 15 minutes to go here at Interbay Soccer Stadium. Falcons trailing the Wolves 2-0. Both of those coming in the first half. 12th minute by Ethan Fisher on a corner kick by Marcus Vasquez. And a header back across the goal by Jacob Garcia. Fisher was able to head that one in. And then later on in the 40th minute, Abraham Villalobos following up on a shot by Alejandro Velasco. Put that one away as Carnevale's not dealt with that well at all. Ball still bouncing around. Wolves with a chance here. Back across. It's Huber into the back of the nets. And you've got to think, just after moments, these little moments catching up with the Falcons here and there, they seem to have large swaths of great possession, great creativity, and then it's a poor clearance by Carnival. Straight into the path of Diego Andrade, who just subbed in. He cuts that ball back to the feet of Evan Hubert, and he gets his first collegiate goal ever. Already has 2 assists, but Evan Hubert's got to imagine he's put this one away tonight for the Wolves.
Good goal of the game for Western Oregon, scored in the 77th minute by number 14, Evan Hubert, and the assist by number 35, Diego Andrade.
Now, here's Diaz. Can SPU respond with something? They have a corner. Ball to the far post, bouncing around. This one's going to be, looks like it didn't take a touch by anyone other than a Falcon. It's a goal kick here. For the Wolves, will they go short? Well, the scoreline says 3-0. But to anybody who watched this game, it was certainly much, much tighter than that. SPU with plenty of big chances, lots of possession, some good looks, but in the end, just these little moments. Set piece here. Shot. Following up on a goal, and then a poor pass and mistake at the back. That has been the difference tonight so far. Still time, though, for SPU to get something, pull anything back, make this one a little closer. Schleffly's ball isn't the best. Ramoso's going to step in. Diaz has got space to run in. Do have to credit the Wolves' defense. Constantly getting back, surrounding a Falcon player all over the place. Now the chance for it. Taking a deflection off of Fisher. Just like that, the work rate of Ray Mendez. Finds Connor Tolan in the box. His shot takes a deflection off the foot of Ethan Fisher. Schleffly's already diving to his left, and that one well-deserved there for the Falcons. You can't say they haven't deserved it. Connor Tolan will take that one. I'm sure he'll get the credit. Not exactly sure. Not 100% sure that he will, but you have to think what's going on frame. And just a little bit of deflection. So in my book, it's going to Connor Tolan at the moment. Well, how about that response for the Falcons? What can they do now? Plenty of time still. Western Oregon 3, SPU 1. And, of course, the work rate of Ray Mendez in the box, able to hang on to it. And I was just saying, Western Oregon getting a defender around at every moment. This time, though, Mendez comes up with a possession, able to find Connor Tolan, who turns and spins, gets the shot away. Falcons with a well-deserved deflection. You can't say they haven't deserved a goal tonight. Can they get another one? Tackle there. A little bit heavy. I'm not sure he got much of the ball, but Ocampo just gets that one wrong. Throw in here for SPU. Well, a couple of minutes. After Western Oregon scored through their substitute forward, Evan Hubert, the freshman from Portland, Oregon. Went to Lake Oswego High School. Falcons pull one back through Connor Tolan, the GNAC Offensive Player of the Week. Gets his second goal in as many games. That is going to put Connor Tolan up to now 5 goals, 4 assists, and he will jump Ray Mendez, although Ray Mendez is going to get credit for that assist, I'd imagine, so he's on 5 goals and 4 assists as well, so they'll be even at the top for the individual leaders for SPU, and that's what you want, spreading those goals and assists around. Free kick here taken by Fisher. Hermoso's going to win the header. Can SPU keep the momentum going here with 10 minutes left at Interbay Soccer Stadium? Peña Salgado. Lara. Trying to wriggle his way through, Lara. Again, that's part of that press Western Oregon put in on these players. Picked up well by Fendrich. Tolan. Good run from Lara. 1v1 now on Kiner. Falcons with a spring in their step. Diaz. Ball falls kindly to Lara. Trying to cut it back. It's broken up. Good challenge for the substitute defender, Javier Blas Casares. Western Oregon, though, still in some danger here. Ball's bouncing around. Now it's finally cleared by Kiner. Hubert, lone man up top. Ketchum is in there. Still battling for it. Isaac Ketchum does well to come up with it. Peña Salgado. Back to Ketchum. Jesse Thrall. Lots of pace here for Thrall. Fendrich. Good ball to pick out Lara. Assistant referee points he's onside. Lara gets the crossway. Mendez, far post. Diaz cleared away only partially. Tolan is in there. Challenge was close, but Tolan keeps his feet. Again, that was a good moment there for the Falcons. Cross back in from Tolan. In at the far post. No one there. Now a substitution flag going up for the Falcons. What are they going to do now? They got to feel that this game may be within reach. Christian Lara is going to come off. Judah Johnston is going to come on. Another target up top. So Judah Johnston's going to join Ray Mendez. Mendez is going to drop a little bit deep underneath. Falcons going with 4 forwards up top. Schleffly still plays it short. Fisher immediately out wide, and again does well to pick out Diego Andrade. SPU will just have to be aware of the counter ball here. Judah Johnston. leading the charge, nearly gets there. Schleffly straight to the feet of Tolan. Connor Tolan does well, and now he's drawn himself a foul. Chad Stewart. Campo Navarro says Tolan went down a little too easily, but Chad Stewart says no. Free kick here for the Falcons. Again, this is how SPU pulled one against Western last week. Close from this range. Tolan to the back post. A decent ball. Bouncing around. Falls to the foot of Friendrich. And over the top. Goal kick here for Western Oregon. 6:50 left to play here at Interbay Soccer Stadium. Western Oregon 3. Seattle Pacific University 1. 2 goals in the first half for the Wolves. Followed by a third with about 15 minutes to go. He thought maybe that was going to be it, but SPU answered 2 minutes later. And now they feel they've got the momentum. One more, and you never know what could happen. Hasselmeyer, haven't called his name much here in the second half. Falcons can't keep that one in. It's going to be a throw-in for Western Oregon. It's a cold, crisp, but beautiful night here in Seattle, and it has been a fantastic end-to-end game here at Interbay. Between these two. Great Northwest Athletic Conference. That one is all wrong by Isaac Ketchum, looking for Ramoso. That pressure a little bit coming from Western Oregon. That's Aiden Azevedo, who has just checked in. Another former Gonzaga man, along with Caleb Kiner. Azevedo getting his first run. I didn't see him sub in. He took Huber off up top there. Now there is J.J. Diaz. Ocampo Navarro. Western Oregon looking to squeeze through. Ketchum is in there. Still going Western Oregon. Finally at the feet of Nick Ramoso. Now can SPU break? Tolan looking for the run of Fendrich. Fisher's there. It's going to go all the way back to Schleffly. SPU, though, do well to win it back. Here's Judah Johnston. Judah Johnston trying to get around Kiner. Still picks it up. Back to Diaz. Heavy touch, though, and cleared away. Ketchum. Ramoso. 4.5 to go here. Jackson Good. Right over the top. The header missed by Kiner. Judah Johnson didn't see it land as he had his back to the ball. Making his run straight to the hands of Schleffly. Schleffly going long. Good wins that header. Ball in for the run of Andrade. Here's the shot into the far post, and he's put it away this time for the Wolves. Again, it's that run from inside to outside. Number 13, Aiden Azevedo. The substitute, who hadn't played much here in the match at all, just came in. He gets his first goal as a Western Oregon Wolf, the junior. 8 appearances so far this season. This is his 9th. He has 1 assist. Now he's got a goal to his name, and it's a big one. Western Oregon take a 4-1 lead now with just over 3 minutes left to play. And again, SPU with a lot of good play. The Wolves, though, in the end, able to capitalize, and you have to think that that is going to do it. Azevedo locking down the win tonight for Western Oregon. They will go to 4-0 on the conference. and 8-1-1 overall. Western Oregon fans loving the passing combinations here. Nick Ramoso's going to see the end to that. Does the back heel, though. It's going to end up straight to Figueroa. This will now be 9 games unbeaten for Western Oregon Wolves. Have to go back to, as I mentioned, September 5th for their first loss. And now going to the ground here is Ocampo Navarro. That's a card. Has to be careful. You can't ask for cards any longer without getting in a bit of trouble from the referee. Chad Stewart. He's going to stop the clock. No, he is not. So SPU are going to set the wall. Wolves are going to take a free kick. It's the left foot of number 10, Marcus Vasquez. That one's way over. Won't trouble Carnevale.
44 Seattle Pacific.
Andy Salgado. Can SPU pull something back here in the last few minutes? Well, again, go back to my point about the scoreline when I said it at 3-0. It doesn't say, the eye test doesn't say 3-0, that's for sure. It was much, much closer than that. But again, Western Oregon taking advantage of their moments, the opportunities, and for SPU, this coming up a little bit short in the finishing. I have to give credit as well to some of the defending from Western Oregon. Now Isaac Ketchum seems to be feeling something as he pulled up there and plays that one out of bounds. They've already seen Evan Ane go down, as well as Sylvester Vallejo. He came off with something in his calf. Ketchum seems to be okay at this point. Jackson Good. Connor Tolan. Minute to go here at Interbay. Nice turn there from Judah Johnson. Referee playing advantage. Johnson's got Fendrich to his right. Back to Johnston. Judah Johnson doesn't have much in the options. Up top of the box, though. Fisher is there, gets a foot in. SPU have a corner. Great run there from Judah Johnston. Looking to make something happen here for the Falcons in the last few minutes. Number 17, fifth-year senior. And that one is just going to end up in the hands of Schleffly, with 24 seconds left on the game clock. Ball's going to roll all the way back here to Pierluca Carnival. And that will do it at Interbay Soccer Stadium. Seattle Pacific University gave Western Oregon a good run. But in the end, the finishing of the Wolves helps them get around the Falcons. Final score here at Interbay: SPU 1, Western Oregon 4. 2 goals in the first half for the Wolves, 2 goals in the second half. SPU answered when it was 3-0. They answered 2 minutes later to make things a little bit interesting in the last 10 minutes. But the substitute, number 13, Aiden Azevedo, gets his first goal as a Western Oregon player and put this one to bed. That will do it for us here at Interbay Soccer Stadium. I'm Aaron Heinsohn. Thank you so much for watching. Final score here again: SPU 1, Western Oregon 4. Good night. Enjoy your Saturday.
Have a great rest of your evening and go Falcons.